So we left off at the end of first phase. You pick up, you get your company, you meet your drill instructors, you get hazed for a month, you get your rifle, PT classwork, PT classwork, PT classwork, and you're living chow to chow, bro. You're just looking forward to the next chow. That's really all you can think about because you're so freaking hungry. You're gonna be in the best shape of your life too at the end, man. Hell yeah, and you'll get paid to do it. I got out at 133 pounds at 5'9". I was just a little twig. So we're gonna move into second phase. Now second phase is where the fun is, because second phase is all about guns, and not just guns, outside stuff. You're actually gonna get your first taste of actual military stuff. Okay, now you're not gonna be doing anything cool yet, but you're gonna learn how to do the cool shit. So now this is looking at boot camp, Marine Corps boot camp, from the West Coast perspective. You're going to be in San Diego. You'll get on a bus and drive north about 30 minutes to Camp Pendleton, California. Right, just south of who cares? Basically Oceanside. Where you'll go to somewhere, I forget what it's fucking called. Anyway, so you show up and it's a whole nother it's a different world, because before you were in like a concrete jungle, basically. It's just a concrete place with a bunch of brick buildings. Now you're on Camp Pendleton. You're in sort of a desert-ish type of environment. You're in new barracks. You're doing new stuff. You got a new squad bay. You got a new chow hall, new haircut place. Ooh, right in the middle. Let's go over here. Ah, there we go. It's fun. So you show up. You kind of, you load all your shit into your freaking damn thing, into your foot locker. You make your rack. You basically get ready, right? So classes never stop. PT never stops. It's just continuous. Chow never stops. Okay, but in second phase is where you have your first experience with MREs. If you've never had an MRE before, MRE stands for meal ready to eat. Meal ready to eat. Now with your rifle, you're going to begin practicing BZO. Okay, you're not going to be doing drill and rifle manual, and that's one thing I forgot to put in the first phase stuff, is you finally start to learn rifle manual and drill. How to do a column left oblique, right oblique, column right. You're going to learn your attention, parade, rest. You're going to take your rifle and learn how to do port arms and all this other shit. We'll get into more of that later. But second phase is where it's mostly focusing on I don't remember if you learn how to shoot an azimuth, but you start to learn like how maps work. You're going to learn how to judge distances, so that way you can be accurate with your shots with your rifle. Now I don't know if they still use iron sights in boot camp. We did. I think they do, because it teaches you the basics. If you're not shooting with iron sights, you're going to shoot with an ACOG. That's a 4x sight, 4x scope. I used to not like it. I prefer the ones with the cross in the middle instead of the chevron. But that's neither here nor there. So you're going to learn how to BZO, and what you'll do is in groups of about 15, 20, you'll split up, and you'll basically be laying down in the prone position, the seated position, the standing position around a 55-gallon drum where they've painted targets onto. Okay, you're going to learn the difference between prone, how to properly be in the prone position, how to properly be in the seated position, how to properly be in the kneeling position, and how to properly be in the standing position. There's ways they want you to do it. Now, if you've been a crack shot your whole life, fucking mind dump it and do what they told you. Okay, just do it, because otherwise you're just asking for trouble. So I believe it's the second week is when you actually get on the range, where you actually start to shoot. And it's fun, man. It's a lot of fun. You're gonna learn how to shoot. You're also gonna learn how to pull pits. You're gonna learn how to score targets. It's pretty cool. When you're not on the range shooting, when you're not eating, when you're not in class. Oh, and the cool thing too is a lot of this class is held outside. You're going to be doing a lot of land nav. You're going to be walking around in the hills. You're going to be marching. It's cool. It sucks because a lot of this marching stuff happens either late at night or early in the morning. It's still dark out. But you're with your platoon, you're with your group, and it's actually a really good time. Let's see. Oh, you also do O courses out there too. So if you've ever seen O courses where they're low crawling through the dirt, going through tunnels, under barbed wire, you know, jumping through mud pits and shit, that's when you're going to be doing this stuff. Now they do have a I don't know if they still do live fire exercises. I don't think they do, actually, because I don't think I did it. They do simulated live fire exercises, where instead of them shooting a saw over your head, right, bullets aren't actually flying over your head, they're going to be using sim rounds. And what sim rounds are is basically they'll take a 5.56 cartridge, fill it up with a little bit more powder than normal, and then crimp the tip off. There's no projectile. And then at the end of the barrel of the rifle, they put a little stopper in. It's this red stopper. I forget what they call it. But now remember, I've been out for it's been actually a decade. Oh my God. I've been out of the Marine Corps for 10 years, 6 days. That's crazy. So forgive me if I don't remember all the little ins and outs, but I do remember boot camp pretty good. I mean, I'm obviously leaving a bunch out because that was 14 years ago. So yeah, they're gonna also have like these air cannons that they're gonna shoot off. Our DIs filled the air can, like the top of the air cannon, with dirt, so that way when it did go off, you had dirt flying around. Now these air cannons are to simulate claymores, grenades, mortar, and artillery going off all around you. And what it's basically doing is kind of trying to desensitize you to what the sounds of war are. War is loud, bro. War is really, really, really loud. And they've learned over the years that, you know, we call it PTSD now, but it was called shell shock back in the day. Because shells they're exploding all around you. You know, there's body parts flying around. You know, people are screaming. It's crazy. Now, Marines don't really have to deal with a lot of that, or at least we haven't in the past 20, 30 years, because we've been fighting a far inferior enemy. We've just been slaughtering them. And my fear is that the Marine Corps has kind of let that get to their head. So we'll find out. Hopefully not, but you know, we'll see. That's why people join the Marine Corps, though. It's because you're a fighter. You're a killer. You know, you might not seem like it. I wasn't. I didn't seem like I was going to join the Marines. I looked like an Air Force kid. You know, I had long, shaggy hair. I was a peace and love, happiness, weed-smoking kid. I'd never been in a freaking fight. Or, I take that back. I've been in fights, but I always lost. I wasn't out there picking fights for the fucking fun of it. I've been in fights. I've won one or two, and that's just kind of, I can't even really say I won. The fight just ended. I've been knocked out. I never knocked anyone else out. Anyway, I digress. You know, Marines are known for their warfighting capabilities. Their brutality. And a lot of that comes from how boot camp runs. You're desensitized to a lot of shit. For example, starting in first phase and going to the end, in your classes, they start with some sick motivation videos where they're going to have an M1A1, or now it's M1A2 Abrams tank, just destroying a building or just taking out some people. You're going to have videos of grunts in fights, you know, with the Taliban, with ISIS, with Iraqis. Just crazy. You know, they'll have some video from Somalia. It's just really cool. And a lot of it too is just to motivate you, keep you awake, motivate you, also to desensitize you. You're gonna see some fucked up shit. You have to, you know, like if you're older than 30, you might remember like Live Leak or something like that, where you could go watch beheading videos. Now they're not going to show you beheading videos, but it's going to be pretty close. It's gnarly, and it's to desensitize you. You also say kill a lot, so it's saying kill is an affirmation. So they'll say, all right, we're going to go to chow, kill, right? Or someone answers a question correctly, they'll say, all right, give them one, and everyone yells kill. It's pretty cool, dude. The camaraderie is dope. So anyway, you're out doing these fucking little training things where explosions are going off, bullets are fucking flying over your head, simulated bullets. It's a fucking good time, bro. At the very end of second phase is when you'll actually rifle qualify. You'll get your, we'll see how good you actually are. Now, it's really important to pay attention and don't fall asleep during practice. Okay, they're going to be putting you out there, like I said, in groups of 15, 20, 30, around a fucking 55-gallon drum where they've painted targets onto, and you're kind of left alone. It's a time for you to just relax, focus, and take care of business. Now, since you're left alone, a lot of people took that opportunity to catch up on some sleep. I recommend you don't, because there's plenty of sleep later, dude. You'll sleep for 10 motherfucking days when you get out of boot camp, okay? You just gotta hang in there. It's just 3 months. It's not a long time. Okay, and when else are you gonna do something that fucking badass? You won't be that badass in the fucking fleet, I'll tell you that. Unless you're an actual fucking warfighting MOS. You ain't doing that shit. You're not gonna go shoot fucking... I mean, you'll shoot every year. I take that back. But you're not gonna be throwing fucking grenades and doing all this other cool shit and doing O courses where there's explosions and shit. So you'll qualify. Okay, qualification day is the last day of the range, and you'll get your qualification, like I said, and we'll see where you land. So you'll either UNC, which means unqualify. You get reverted back. You go back a week, so you lose your platoon and you get sent back to another platoon. Rifle range is where most people actually get reverted. If you're not injured or have some behavioral issue, you get reverted after qual day. Otherwise, you'll get your marksman badge, which we call pizza box, your sharpshooter, or your expert. Don't focus too much on that. Always strive for greatness. Try to be an expert. Try to get that expert badge. But if not, don't trip about it. It's not that big a deal. It's not going to affect you in any way. It's bragging rights, really. That's all it really is. Eventually, though, if you're real good, you can sign up for the rifle team, like the marksman team, where they travel around and they actually shoot competitively. Each unit has its own. It's not a full-time thing. It's kind of like a part-time thing, but you could always go for that. So at the end of phase 2, you do your qual, you do some other land nav test stuff, you go walk around in the hills of Camp Pendleton, and then you collect all your shit, pack it back up into a bus, and you head right back down into San Diego. It kind of sucks, because then it's kind of awesome because you become the seniors, right? You're the senior people, right? Your third phase. You get priority everywhere. So when your drill instructors are marching you, let's say, to chow, and there's a first phase platoon walking through or company walking through, you just say, gangway, 3rd phase, and they get the fuck out of your way because you're fucking senior men. At this point, you have not bloused your boots yet, but when you get back and you hit 3rd phase, you can blouse your boots. Okay, so 1st phase, you're wearing Go Fasters. You're wearing sneakers for almost a fucking month. 2nd phase, you can wear your boots, but you cannot blouse your boots. 3rd phase, you can finally blouse your boots. You also get your name tape. You don't get the United States Marine tape yet, but you get your name tape. It's over your right breast pocket. Your United States Marine tape goes over your left breast pocket. The Marine Corps sews them on. We don't have Velcro. Okay, we're not like the Army. We don't Velcro them on. They're sewn on. So you have to take them to a tailor to have them sewn on. Same with your rank, your chevrons and stuff. That's sewn onto your uniform. So every time you pick up, you have to take all your uniforms, take them to a tailor, drop them off. You have to provide to them the your rank, and then they'll sew it on for you and send it back. If you do it on base or even right off base, there's a lot of places that that's all they do is military stuff. They'll take care of you because they know the regs. If you don't have the tapes or the chevrons or the name tapes, they'll have them for you and they'll make you your tapes. You don't have to worry about it. You have to be careful though, because some places they use a special like gold thread when they're doing desert camis. That's out of regs, so you have to make sure that they're doing it the right way. It's got to be like a coyote brown, coyote